Good morning. Hello, everyone. This is Joyce. I am coming to you today to talk about defining your purpose and identifying why you want to write your book. I am a writing coach and an editor, and I've just been trying to help with bringing information to you and to give you ideas to think about why you want to write a book. It may have been something that you thought about a long time ago, or it could be something that you decided to do recently. But think about the reason why you want to write a book. And I'm just going to give you ten ideas to write a book. The first one is personal fulfillment. Are you writing a book to express yourself? Um, Do you just want to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with others? Could be something like that. Or it could just be a lifelong dream. I know when I wanted to write a book, I used to read, goodness, I was always reading books. And when I started to want to change things in books, I said, I should write a book. And this was back in high school. I first thought of it. But I didn't do anything then because I didn't know how. I thought it was so difficult. And then when I went to college, my English college professor told me, you should write a book. And again, I didn't know where to start because he would read the stories and just laugh and say, you know what, this is really good. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, thank you, but I didn't know the next step. So if it's something that you've always wanted to do, that's self-expression as well. Self-expression or just achieving a lifelong dream. I'd say write down the reasons why and start planning what type of book you want to write. The second thing is, are you trying to share your story? Are you sharing your story with someone to help them? They could be going through the same thing you went through in your life. And sharing your story can inspire others. It could be how you accomplished something you thought was impossible. You know, you could share your story to leave a legacy to your family, to your children, to your other family members, because you could be the first one in your family to write a book. And just documenting information is important. It's important for you to have on paper. It's important for your family members to see it, your children to read later. And, they could be shocked, like, we forgot to ask her questions, but you know what? It's right here in a book, which is something that a lot of people don't have. If your parents are passed on and you didn't get to ask certain questions, if you share your story in a book, it's always there. It's available. The third thing is if you want to teach and educate, if you want to share knowledge of something that you've done or something you're really good at, something that you have learned and you want to help someone else get ahead. They don't have to start from the beginning if they can learn from you. They can get a shortcut of sorts and get, you know, get that experience. If you want to solve a problem, you can put that in a book. A problem could, have a positive impact on someone, a problem that they're facing. You can tell them how you did it. If you want to share your credibility, that's another way. You can be an authority in that field. It may seem like something that's impossible for someone to figure out, but if you have worked in a certain field for a long time and your experience level could help them understand what they're dealing with. And it's just, it's important to share information that can help someone else. If you want to write a book, a literature type of book, um, add to the literary world. Just think of the people that have written literary books, and they turn into movies. Sometimes they're stories that we all have read throughout our childhood, well, in English and things like that. Little Women, Little Princess. I mean, things that are in history now because someone wrote the book. That your book could do that. Your book can share a story or add to literature that will be there forever. Think about the reason you have decided or are thinking about writing a book. Is it for personal healing? I know authors. I work with a lot of authors, and some have written books on grief, and it's because they have lost someone. And they write their story on how they dealt with grief, how they're dealing with grief. Some are now grief counselors. And it's because when you lose someone, it feels like a hole in your heart, and you have to deal with how to move forward. And they have written books on grief. They have grief sessions, grief counseling, and people suffer, but a lot of people don't say anything. So, again, that can be personal healing. You can connect with others, you can build a community. That's another way of writing a book. You can build a community if you share certain interests and experiences with people. Learn to engage with your readers so that they have that commonality, and they will look forward to reading your story or reading the book that builds community. One moment. Okay. And if you want to write a book to influence change, that could be something that you're you're really concerned about. It could be the things going on around you. It could be education, the education system. It could be the workplace, how to help the future generations. That's affecting change. Your book could be about what is their biggest concern and your answers for the problem, your solutions to the problem. So think about things in that way when you're writing a book. And also, the last reason or you may want to write a book is you may want to personally challenge yourself. You may have thought of doing this and life happens and you get distracted and you put that goal on the back burner, so to speak. The personal challenge for yourself is, okay, by this date, it could be 3 months. I'm going to start on my book. But the thing is, you have to get out of your comfort zone and start, because once you begin on your book and decide, I'm writing my book. Say this is June, and you say by September, I'm going to begin on my book. Well, until September, work on it. Work on the things you're going to cover in your book. Write down the details, your outline, so that when September comes, you can actually start. You can have a book of just ideas and notes and areas you want to cover in your book, so that September comes, you can begin. Just some tips on, why you've decided or thinking about writing a book. And once you achieve that goal, say for the personal challenge, you can do it again, but it doesn't have to be a challenge for you in this way anymore. You can decide you'll write a book on something else, because believe me, once you write one, it's easy to write two, three, four. Just wanted to encourage you again. My name is Joyce. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. and like this video or share it with someone. And have a great day, okay? Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.